All right, welcome to the show. Today I've got Gareth with me. Gareth, how you doing, mate?
Not too bad, mate. How are you?
All right, thanks very much for coming on. Love it.
Yeah, much appreciated.
No problem, mate. Now, look, I obviously I don't know you. This is the first time I've met. I know of you. We've had very small amount of communication online,
Yeah, we
um,
have, yeah.
and I believe that it was you that was aware of me first. Am I right? Because I think you commented on some of the vids, possibly.
Yeah, YouTube algorithm, your your videos with Grant on the Snake and Crane Arts of Shaolin
Oh,
popped up, and I watched the video, and I thought, oh, there's 10, 12 parts to this. I went, right, okay. And then it was Paul on his group. He shared the video. I went, oh, watch that.
okay.
And
Well,
then
it's always
I
interesting.
subscribed as well, pretty much within that time frame of I watched the video yours, and then Paul. It must have been a day or two later. He was like, "Oh, this great channel, this great video," and I commented and said, "I've just watched that."
Oh, brilliant. Well, listen, thanks for that. Unbelievable that the algorithm done something and pushed a snake and crane vid in your face. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. YouTube,
that's
I've added
unreal.
a lot of other creators to channel well, mainly George Clark at Invincible Asia. I think liking his stuff, and I've
Mm,
watched like Caleb's stuff
yeah,
and like Fanatical Dragon. I watch his
yeah,
stuff, and I subscribe to Hong Kong and Beyond.
hmm yeah.
So it must have been the algorithm, and you were somewhere in that realm, and it just went, "Oh, there's this video," and then I
Brilliant.
thought, "Oh, I'll watch that." And I think you and Grant were discussing. I think with the old VHS that I've got in my collection as well, the old Trans Global video. I think you were talking about that. If I'm correct.
That's it. Yeah, well, yeah, we tried to talk about a lot of stuff on Snake and Crane, but yeah, Trans Global VHS was one of the things. Yeah, absolutely. And as you've mentioned him, a big thanks to Paul Dre because he's brilliant and he's always
Yeah,
supporting
yeah.
stuff.
He's my he's. I blame him for my explosion of collection because he just dished out a bit of information. Went, "Oh, have a look. Oh, it's there. It's reasonably priced. I'll grab it." And then it's like another thing, and it's his fault for letting me know about like these export dubs of Jet Li films, and I found them all within months.
Right.
And his
See,
knowledge of just like I wish I knew someone like him when I was a kid. I
but
would have
let's
known
not.
all this years ago, and I'm playing
Sure.
catch up now.
Okay, well, we'll get to that. But we'd have to chat to Paul Dre to truly know because I'm sure I don't know this, but I'm sure his response might be, "Yeah, but when I was a kid, like you said someone like him, but when he was a kid and you was a kid, he wouldn't have that knowledge yet. He was growing into it himself. But yeah,
Yeah.
as a kid to have someone like that, but we would never have had the money to be able to keep up with it. No way.
Speaking to him, I've spoken to him at length on phone ages ago, and like he was just back of magazines, finding stuff, taking chances. I never had that forethought as a kid. I just lived out in my mum and dad's pocket, like as we all did. But I only got like one thing at a time, and I had to wait and wait. And like he's a bit older than me, so he had an head start of getting into work, and his money went. I found this. I found
Well,
this. I
yeah.
found this.
Yeah, we can see where it went. I mean, this is the thing, right? He's such a lovely bloke, really, really supportive, always tells people about stuff, promotes you before you promote yourself. He's brilliant with it. But he added me to that Jackie Chan appreciation group that we're both on Facebook.
Yeah,
And I appreciate it and everything, but I kind of go on there and go, man, I'm so jealous of the stuff that comes up. There's so much wicked stuff on there. I just think, blimey, what is all this gear? Because I was only saying the other day to Colin Squire, I was chatting to him and I was saying to him that I don't like collect now, and I never really collected then. It was just as a default of being into the stuff that you ended up collecting things, but it was never done to collect things. And I said to him, look, I've got stuff now, but a lot of stuff I bought some new stuff, Snake and Cranes, because there was some stuff Snake and Crane I didn't add, and I had the idea of going, well, now I've chatted about the film, let me chat about the merchandise that I do have, and let me see if there's any other bits that I can chat about and just keep the Snake and Crane thing going. But other than that, I'd not like you. I can see that you're buying new stuff and whatever. This is just what I had from back in the days that I've kept or whatever that me and my brother have bought and kept over all these years. But now I see, we didn't have eBay and all that. No, we did later. Later on, we did, right? But we didn't have it like we do now. It wasn't like it is now. So we didn't have that much options for stuff. We had what we had, and that was it. And there was a few people that would sell stuff that that you got to know, and you went all over the place looking for things like what Paul did. But now I look and go, bloody hell! Look at how much more there is that I could get my hands on, but I ain't doing it.
Yeah, it was just it's like this collection thing I've been doing lately. It was one VHS tape off of eBay, and I thought I've been eyeing them up for years because I used to own. I'm primarily a Jackie Chan fan, so as a kid, all I got was Jackie Chan tapes.
Mm.
And when we downsized into this house when I was a teenager, my old mum went, "Well, we've got to sacrifice some things to move in here," and like VHS was on its way out, and I went, "Didn't want to, but." All the VHS stuff was gone. I had to
Yeah,
sacrifice, and I thought,
understandable.
all right, I'll keep my DVDs that I'm getting, and I regret it, and that's basically what I'm doing now. It's all nostalgia. It was just for years I'd look on eBay. Oh, I remember them tapes. I'd like to get them one day, but I other commitments and stuff, and other
Yeah,
priorities, and I had
of
other
course.
things I were interested in.
Yeah, so with the tapes, you add them all, but then you're sort of revisiting it. So you one thing you said there that's quite interesting is that you're into other stuff. And this is the thing. If you're just into, let's just say, Hong Kong movies, then all your resources, however big or small they are, whatever age you are, they will go into that. But as you said there, oh, I'm into other stuff as well. And it's the
Yeah,
same for me. It weren't the only thing that I was into.
I were a fan of everything. I couldn't get everything if my interest varied. Like it wasn't just I'm a Jackie Chan fan. I were interested in other kung fu and kung fu, but it was like growing up with mum and dad. It's like, well, you're just getting that one thing for now. If you want the other thing, you have to wait. And then I'm
Yeah,
like, well, I'm a wrestling fan,
yeah.
horror fan. I mean, they're everything, anything movie wise. I had to pick and choose it. And if I got one copy of a tape, that was it. I wasn't getting another one.
Well, this is it, right? Now we have these people that no judgment or anything, but they could be coming on board now with all these new Blu-rays and everything. And it's like, well, first off, they're in your face and you can just buy them whenever you like. And I don't mean that frivolently because I know that they're expensive and I know that they keep bringing out so many. How does anybody keep up with this stuff? I can't keep up with them. I'd like to have all of these Eureka 88 Blu-rays and they've just gone mad with it. I can't keep up with it, right? It's just too
Yeah,
many. But so I'm not saying it's easy, but what I'm saying is it's there and the stuff is available. For us when we started out, I'm presuming I'm a little bit older than you. Listen, I don't look any older than you, but I'm just just presuming, right? But we there was no retail videotapes. It was just rental. And yes, you could get hold of them after a certain point when the video shop wanted to get rid, but you couldn't just go in the shop and buy these films. Later on, that came where they released them. They put them in smaller boxes. You had big boxes,
yeah,
then smaller boxes. Then later on, there was retail versions of these videos. But to start with, we didn't even have that. There was no. You couldn't just buy whatever you want. Now it's all there in widescreen and brilliant qual
okay.
and all that stuff and multiple languages and multiple versions. But
Getting
they
spoiled with
are.
all these deluxe editions now. You get every version of a film.
Well, I mean, look, do we really need to go? I mean, look, I'm often disappointed because there always seems to be something that isn't quite right with these things. So they profess to get it right and say that this is the deluxe ultimate version, but often we don't need to get into it, but often I go, is it? Because it ain't for me. Because Paul Dre also said it to me once when he pushed me towards that Snake and Eagle Shadow German Blu-ray for the soundtrack and the dubbing that I wanted. And
Yeah,
he said, but nothing beats the tape. And that's my kind of guy because I was the
yeah,
same. It was like, yeah, look, I know, I know, but I like it because I also know that how he feels about it, and it's the same. It's like, yeah, this is brilliant, it's great, but nothing beats the tape. And he's right. Nothing beats the
yeah,
tape, and
yeah,
that's
yeah.
just everything,
It's
right?
why
It's
I've
the
just gone
same.
mental for tapes again. I want my collection back, and you just can't beat chuck it taping and like having finding my police story that I once had and putting it back in and playing it in VHS player. And I thought I was back to 10-year-old.
Right, and this is the thing. People might go. I mean, anyone that understands nostalgia won't be questioning it. But this is what we like. It's because for me, anyway, I can only talk from my point of view. That new stuff and the way stuff are now, it don't have it. It doesn't hold. There's nothing. There's no, and it don't matter what the medium is. It doesn't have to be kung fu films, Hong Kong movies, or whatever. It's just soulless now for me. It don't hold anything. I have to keep going back to the old stuff, and go, well, I'll watch the new things and I'll go, yeah, all right, fair enough. But I always have to go back to get something I really like and I love. I've got to go back.
Yeah, I could share that sentiment. I'm out of touch with current action films. I always find myself going back
Mm.
to back in the to classics. It's just that you can't beat it. There's some good action films about, but no's coming close to what we grew up with. Like
That's,
anything 80s and 90s.
that's it, isn't it?
It's like the CGI fest. It's all right. If you put on something good, I'm entertained. I'm chuffed a bit. But
Of course, yeah.
oh, there's so much now. Like I don't even really keep up with a lot of Hong Kong films as of the past 15 years or so. I've just don't interest me anymore. I go back to old stuff.
Well, this is it, right? And we can't be blamed for that. It's the stuff that we like. But I wish there was. That's why it's called a golden era, right? I wish there was stuff that has continued to be good. I mean, we're never going to be short of anything because there's so much stuff that we'll never see, and we can constantly be looking for it. So it's never like we're going to be out of. When are we going to run out of old stuff to watch? Right? I've no way I've watched every film. This stuff that comes out that doesn't come out now, but becomes available now. I've never seen it, and it's whatever 70s, 80s kung fu films. I've never seen it, and that's going to constantly happen. You're never going to get to a stage where it's like, I've seen them all now. Can someone do something new that's good? You don't need it. I always used to have it, right? Guys, people used to come, old blokes used to be sitting in there in the armchair, and I'd think, why is he still watching these John Wayne films?
Yeah.
Right? And I'd say, you seen this one before? And it's like, oh yeah, and he'd tell me all about it. It's this is going to happen, that is going to happen. Just wait a minute, and I'd be sitting there going, "What? But you've seen it though, right? What? You've seen it, right?" And he'd go, "Yeah, brilliant." Then the next one would come on because he'll have whatever these old channels on or whatever that play the old movies or whatnot. And the next one would come on, and I go, "Seen this one? Yeah, it's this, it's that, it's blah blah blah, it's this."
Yeah.
And I'd think to myself, I've got all this. I mean, fair enough, crap Marvel stuff and all that here, all this new stuff, green screens and smash ups and God knows what, and superheroes flying about. And don't get me wrong, right? He was into action films, so he would go, he would watch them like we do. He'd watch them the same, right? I got want me
Yeah.
to put on, I don't know, whatever, Avengers, thinking I'm trying to find something that would be entertaining. And he'd go, yeah. Wouldn't say no. He'd go, yeah, watch it. What do you think? And he'd go, yeah, no, it was good, right? And then John Wayne's would go back on, or whatever, those films would go back on.
But funny
Now
you
I
say
get it.
that. My dad is currently downstairs and he's got Cowboys and Indian films on. He's just
See,
rewatching them.
Cowboy.
It's just it's comfortability for him. It's, yeah, it's his childhood, his early 20s, his stuff. What he was going to go watch and what will come on tell. He's literally watching it now as we're downstairs. There'll be a John Wayne film on.
It don't. It goes to show you are who you are. It's in the blood. It's in the DNA. That's the
Yeah,
stuff that resonates with you. And and I understand that now because I think to myself, actually, even then when I was saying it, had I'd actually analysed myself, I'd go, you're kind of the same. You'll watch this new stuff, but you're constantly going back to the old stuff. And if you actually want to watch something that you know is good, then you'll watch something from that era, or you'll get out something that you've seen loads of times. The films that I've watched over and over again are the same films, that I've watched over and over again. And I know exactly what those films are, and I watched them over and over again. But there are many reasons why, the availability of tapes at the time, and like you say, you can only have one at a time and whatnot, which is a great way to be brought up, by the way. Of course, you wanted more tapes, but I love it that your family just said, no, you need to wait. You can't just have everything you want.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I like that as well. But there was also a period where I was watching new Hong Kong films. I don't know, Grandmaster, I can't remember the names of them all, right? Because they don't mean nothing, as in they don't hold anything dear. But I did get hold of these films because there was a guy that used to work in the same warehouse that he used to go to Hong Kong all the time. And I said, "You can pick me up some films while you're there." And he said, "No worries, give me a list." So I used to give him a list, and he used to go into the shop. Not interested in it. Not bothered. No interest in it at all. And he'd get stuff and then bring them back and go, there's the films or whatever. So there was lots of new kung fu films in there, way after Once Upon a Time in China and all that.
Yeah,
All this new stuff. I'm really trying. I've got a picture of one. I don't know. Once Upon a Time in Shanghai. There's another one that I can't remember what it's called now. But it's a fight at the end with Sammo Hung with a load of fire. I can't remember the name of it, but that's another one that cropped up. These ones that are supposed to be kung fu films, and I was always left, dry, sitting there watching it, going, this is crap. If he needs to fight in the rain, okay, great, we'll have him fighting in the rain. But if you're doing it to visually blow me away, to try and go, oh, look at this, he's having a fight in the rain, it's all slow motion, and look at the cinematography or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but the fight's crap, and there's too much slow motion or whatever. So I'd always be left, all right, crap. But then I'd grab another one, put it on, trying to keep up to date what's going on. And then after a certain, let me take 2 or 3 of them, I'd go, can't do this no more. And I'm not done watching stuff, but I need to go and get a real one out. And it'd be something I've
yeah,
seen before loads of times and go, right, I need to reestablish why I like this stuff, because this ain't why I like this stuff. This is why I like this stuff. I did it with a film called Long Road to Gallantry, a Shaw Brothers film. I mean, I've seen it a number of times, not loads, but a number of times that I went, just anything, and I went to the shop and just give me something that I know is brilliant that maybe I ain't rinsed. And I went, that's brilliant, and I put it on and went, oh yeah, that's right, this stuff, this stuff. So I don't know. I mean, obviously you do feel the same. Your dad feels the same as well, right?
yeah, yeah,
And that's why you're collecting old VHSs again.
yeah. Just what I think it must have been the midlife crisis for me. Like over the ages, like I just want my nostalgia back. I just want my nostalgia back. I want to go back to like my dad feels like now. To be honest, he's got vascular dementia, so he likes to go back. Then he's more comfortable being back then, and I think it's a similar mindset. We just don't really like the present, but feels more comfortable if his mindset's back where the good days were.
Well, this is something that we grow up with, with your parents saying, back in my day, the good old days. And I never disrespected that at the time. I got respect for my parents, and they wasn't really moany parents anyway. But you don't truly understand that until you got some years on you and you've experienced then and now.
Yeah,
And I'm happy to say that I can do exactly the same thing now and go, back in my day was better. The good old days. Of course, I could see the negatives, but it ain't got any better, in my opinion. I'm of a period of a time, and yeah, I'd rather be back there and all. And like you say, media, the films, whatever it is, for me, video games, arcade games, they are a portal to that time.
yeah. It's you can't relive those days anymore. Like I was just talking with Paul and some other people. Like just those days can't be replicated. Just wanting to go back and just hunting through video shops and like just want to go back to those days where it was carefree and
Yeah.
it was just a great time. I can't articulate any better. It was just a great time. Just want to go back to it.
It was a great time. It was so exciting, um, finding something, because you had to find it, you had to seek it out. Whatever you
Yeah,
had in your hands was like a little treasure, because it weren't just in front of you. Look now, right? Oh, have you seen, I don't know, whatever, pick any film. Have you seen Fearless Hyena? Oh, hang on a minute.
yeah.
Blower
You can
comes out.
Google it now
Oh,
and you can find it. It's that's how it started. Like for all of us, like the chase of the thrill was in the chase of the hunt. Like just going. Like I've mentioned to other people, there were for me when my mum and dad would take us out to Castleford, go to the market. I knew exactly the same video stall every Saturday. We're straight there. What have you got? I've got these today. I look at my mum.
yeah.
She's like, not today. Maybe next week. oh, and then it's like you go to another one. Oh, he's got that one. Then you start once I found out what Jackie Chan films were, and I found that police story in Castleford Market. Then it was just what else can I find? And then you go to all the country, well, not all the country, but all over Leeds, Yorkshire, wherever we went. Then it was like, oh, what's that one? It were all blind. You were getting lied to almost at VHS covers. Oh, what's that? Island of Fire Fantasy Mission Force. Chuck it in.
Yeah,
he's not in this. Where is it?
Fantasy Mission Force and Eagle Shadow Fist. Yeah,
yeah, them two. Yeah,
yeah, them two. Right. Yeah.
I remember getting Fantasy Mission Force. Looked at cover, saw him like with a big pipe, and thought. Looked at back and looked at me, mum. It were only £4. So yeah, grab it.
100%.
I remember chucking it on, and I remember my dad howling, laughing. He goes, "What the hell are we watching?"
You went, I don't know.
What are we watching? He was in tears. He was in tears. We're in our old house when we were growing up in. He was in absolute tears with that when the characters come in with kilt and they're doing it fast forward as well. The Scottish bagpipes going. He went on floor tears, and I don't know if Jackie's character turned up at this time. We were just like, and the canto pop scene, and then Jackie turns up fighting the sumo wrestler, and I'm like, he's not really in this. And then later on, you find out his name's been promoted to sell his lesser known films, and it twigs after a while. And that were. And then Eagle Shadow Fist. I remember getting that from Castleford Market as well for about £2 or £3, and we watched that. We put it in, and we watched the credits, and I'm already stuck. I'm going, that's old footage they've chopped together. Then it starts a film. Then you look at Jackie. He like same age as me, like 14-year-old. But watching, I went. My mum went. God, he's young in that.
Right.
And then we watched it, and it's a bit over the top. Even my dad watched it, like the excessive blood splattering over one punch and a great big bruise like this turns up over a slap. And
you make it
was a bit
brilliant.
OTT, and we had a bit of a chuckle with that. I thought some of his earlier stuff we fine, but yeah, those days are just hunting round stuff. There were no internet would been at bare minimum then. Like this was like mid to late 90s when I was truly grabbing stuff and finding stuff. So I was still a kid then. So, but when I was old enough to go into Leeds, into town, I had my routine of which shops I'd go to and just window shop, and then I got alt markets. I knew which ones to go. The one thing I didn't do, so your other guy that you spoke to a few weeks ago who were from Leeds mentioned Chinatown.
Oh, Stephen Ainge, that guy.
That's it. I never went. I never thought of it. We couldn't call it a Chinatown. It was like a big building, I think it was, with an arch. It's not there anymore.
Right.
But I never thought of that. I never thought what if I went into the amount of times I've gone in over years and stuff I've learned now getting back into things.
Yeah.
And Paul, and some other, like, why didn't I think? I just didn't. I was a kid, didn't it?
Yeah.
And
exactly.
You were thinking the thrill now hunting eBay. Now that's why I'm enjoying this little bit of collecting now, because it's like going back to Leeds Market, Castleford Market, or if I went to Toast or video stalls, they were everywhere. They're not there no more. And like eBay now I start that place now with Paul, and I find what he's found. And now you can use Google. You can take a photo and use their search button, just photo it, and then see what the results come up.
Well,
and I found some beauties.
Well, I mean, look, you could, like you said, you can never replace it, but that's what you're trying to do. You're just trying to think of any way to try and get that feeling back. And I guess that's the closest thing you can do, because, like you say, those shops and everything are gone. And you were thinking at the time, you were thinking about, I've got those shops and those stalls, but like you say, you weren't thinking outside the box and going, well, let's try Chinatown. Because you just wouldn't, I understand why.
I didn't collect a lot of magazines, but one thing Paul also, like a lot of other people did, like adverts at Bag of Magazines, and I never trusted it. And my mum weren't willing to trust them. The only time I ever trusted it once was getting his life story book, which I think I still have somewhere. I took a chance that were out of my own money that I saved. My mum went, that's your risk. If you want to take a risk, it's got to be somewhat right, or else I won't advertise them. But postal
No,
order, I had to do it by postal order. That's how long ago it was.
I remember
Took it in
postal orders.
envelope,
Yeah,
send it off, and then just wait for weeks, see if it turned up, and it actually eventually did. At
brilliant.
the point I thought, I went, oh, I've been scammed, this ain't coming. And there's trying to ring these people up and no answer. I thought, oh, then it actually did, it turned up.
Amazing. You got to dig that book out because I'd like to know which
I've
one it
got another
is.
copy. I've got an hardback. I bought a bunch of Australian VHS tapes and it came with tapes. So I've got an
Right.
hardback
Okay.
and I've got a softback somewhere. It could be all there somewhere. I'll have to dig it
Right.
out. It's just jam packed now. I open the door and it's just, you can't see out. It's just filled with DVDs, tapes,
Brilliant.
posters, standees. Some of them are
Oh, I
back
love
here.
it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, Eagle Shadowfist, is that the one with the cool picture on there with his top? Like, got a crop top on and holding a stick. Is that because the cover I had, I swear, was like a red sort of cover,
Oh, the
and he had his.
Transglobal video.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it that
But
one? And
like the red, yeah, it's red. Some of them came with airbrush covers, and some of
this
them
had a
came with like
photo of
this
him
red outline, and he's got it's
holding a
like
stick.
a
And his leg was up. I think that's the one. Maybe that ain't Eagle
no,
Shadowfist. I'd have to have a look it up. But I remember the cover being amazing. I remember the pipe one that you said. That
that's
I remember
Fantasy
that.
Mission Force.
And
Yeah, that's on the
yeah, and I
same
know
one.
for a fact I had one that was the same color design cover, but it had a real photo of him. Like that was a real photo as well. It wasn't a drawing. And he had a pose on. It was nothing to do. It was definitely not from a film. This pose. He had like a stick, I believe, and he's like that, and his leg was up. And he had this horrible. I mean, he had a wicked white t-shirt on, but it was horrible because it was. I think sure it had a knot in it or something. It was like all cropped, and I was like, ugh.
I've never seen that one.
it
That
must.
could be a variant. Paula
It
wants this to
might
go.
be.
I've got that. I know what he's on about. I've got that.
Right,
It'll be
yeah,
in
it was a
boxes
leg up,
somewhere.
white top,
I've not seen it.
tracksuit bottoms, looking at the screen, and you know, and as you say, when you put it on, it had naught to do with it. But that was part of the fun. See, people now they wouldn't have that. We were very lucky, and we just didn't realise it at the time that we were going through these things. Well, not completely in time order, because as you said there, you were getting films promoted that were old Chan bit parts and cameos and stuff as
Yeah,
full Jackie Chan films. But even so, we had so much available to us, really. But it was the way it was drip fed to us. And people don't have that now, right? They would just easily be able to know. They've got internet, they've got IMDb, they've got movie databases. They can just go, not a real Chan, not a real Chan.
yeah.
Don't bother with it. It's just not the same. Whereas, like you said, we were just buying them regardless. And even though you said £4 and you got home and you put it on, it weren't a real Chan, it wasn't what you expecting. Look at the way you talk about it. You're not annoyed. You're not bitter. You're not angry about it. You're
Not
happy
now. I
about
was
it.
then as a kid.
Oh, was
I
you?
remember being upset. I was as a kid. Oh man, I got offended when I watched
Did you?
Islander 5 for the first time. I was mad.
Was you?
I was mad.
See, I don't remember being annoyed. I just remember going, "Oof," didn't they made bad ones or whatever. I kind of could just reason it out and go, "It's not a real Chan." Look, that's it. I'd just go, "Well, it's not a real Chan." So that's it.
Yeah,
I'd just go, "It's not a
I
real
was a
Chan."
kid then. I was so, if I'm into something, I'm into it, and if it's not perfect, so I had a string of like Big Brawl, Police Story 3, then Rumble in the Bronx, and then it were Police Story, then it were Armour of God, and I had a string of good ones, and then eventually you have to find one that's a bit down, and then I think Islander 5 was the one that were, borrowed that off a mate who I went to school with, and it came in a big 3-box set thing. The
I know the
the
ones, cardboard
newsagent
things.
favourite, they were in every newsagent or post office,
Mm, mm.
and they were a blind buy, and I wasn't a blind buy, I saw the back of it, oh, he's in a prison film. Mate went, yeah, it's all right. I went, oh, I took it home, put it in, said to my mum, said, oh, borrowed a video off a Noel. Can I play it? Yeah, it's okay, because she was a fan as well. That's probably the main reason why I got all my tapes, because she were a fan anyway. Oh, just get it, I'll watch it with you as well. So
Fantastic.
then
Love that.
put it in, half an hour in, I'm like, oh, I recognise Samo. I don't know who Tony Wong is. It's looking okay. And then Jackie Chan pops up. Right, okay. Movie progresses. I'm like, I didn't really read the back of the synopsis. I'm like, oh, he's got to fight the prison boxer and save the copper at end. And he gets to end. And I looked at my mum like, I was traumatized. I went, are you kidding me? And then, they're all gone at the end. And then I went, I'm really upset over this. It really annoyed me. It really annoyed me. And
Yeah.
it's a guilty pleasure now, that film. I like the just watching the Blu Ray other day and listening to audio commentary with Frank G and getting more information on the behind the scenes stuff to the film. Find that more interesting. But I remember watching that. I was really upset. Then the string of other films that were coming out at the time, Rumble in Hong Kong. And I put that in and that dirty mole on his face. And I went,
brilliant.
And what? Rumble in Hong Kong? And he was a villain at the time. And I didn't mind it. And then there's like Hand of Death. I remember getting that from post office. The red box, John Woo. And I'm like, Jackie Chan's in a John Woo film because I watched The Killer at the time and his American stuff. I went, you watch it? It's all right. I really do like Hand of Death. I'm like, oh, shame it's
good,
thing. And I saw that. Didn't like watching Jackie Chan his character get killed off at that time. It was my movie here. I found it the biggest sign of disrespect.
Yeah,
but then you learn, he's a young'un. Then he's got to earn his chops and everything. Nobody's. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't see Hand of Death as a Chan film. Yeah, he's in it. I really like that film, but I don't. I never. It didn't matter because to me it wasn't a Chan. He's just in it.
Yeah. It's just a side, just a minor role, and they had to sell him as the main focal point in his minor role stuff. And you buy, like I say, you just wandered around shops, markets, wherever you could. If you saw his name, I'm like, right, I'm grabbing that. 100%. And it was just a chance. But now, like you say, it's Google. Oh, he's only in it for a few minutes. I'll put that to one side and get to another time. Or if it comes on streaming now, I'll just put on Netflix or Amazon.
Yeah.
I'll watch it now.
I know. It's not the same. I mean, I love it that your mum was involved and supported it and watched them with you. These are, if anyone don't understand nostalgia, and just listen to that. That says it all for me. Those things can never be replaced. So thanks for sharing that because that means
it's all right. Yeah, I remember when I got Police Story for the first time because my first Jackie Chan film were at 3-year-old. It was the Big Brawl. Half kid had it on video, and that's how it kicked off. And then I remember my dad renting us Police Story Fringe, which were called the bottom shops where I live near now. Because I remember being a kid and just saw him on bottom shelf. My dad rented it, and I only remember his helicopter scene when it was dangling off it and smashing through things through Malaysia. Yeah. And then after that, it was a big gap. And then a kid in the street had a bootlegger Rumble in the Bronx. Said, "You got to watch this. This is amazing. This Chinese guy, it's amazing. He jumps off buildings." And it sort of clicked something. I went, I think I know someone like that. Went to his house. We watched it. I went, oh, that's Jackie Chan.
Yes.
That's amazing. Then we watched him jump off the building. We was watching it. I went, that's his kick-off. He blew up everywhere. And then it wasn't long after that. Castleford Market, the video store, outside market, top left-hand corner. I knew exactly where they were. Went there, and it was there in the small retail box, the forefront with the gold cover on it. It was right there in set. And I went, oh, Police Story. And my mum just went, get it.
Brilliant.
She just went, get it. She'd already seen it with my older brother. He must have rented out the Palace Video.
Yeah.
Back in 80s, because his mate had a video shop near our shop. So, probably where our kid got his ex-rentals and stuff from. And got that, took it home. We watched it, and that blew my mind.
Police Story,
blew my mind. I thought, there's no way this is real.
It's unbelievable.
How do people spin through glass, and how does Jackie jump hanging off a bus? And to me, no could compete with it. That's what.
No.
That was it. I went, I'm finding everything this man did.
That's it.
I'm finding it. I said, Mum, we've got to find everything he's done and I was mind blown of how much his stuff was then coming through fast. Because now we brought the international market with Rumble in the Bronx. Yeah. And my local video shop then had Rumble in the Bronx on shelf, and then First Strike would come out. and then Mr. Nice Guy, and in between all that, he had Twin Dragons on his bottom shelf. I rented that out off of him.
Yeah.
Then ended up finding the big box at Castle. I found a lot of stuff at Castleford Market. That were a great gold mine. But the reason why I collect now is there's a lot of tapes I'd never found. We just didn't get it, or I weren't looking hard enough. Like all the Trans Global videos, I didn't see any of them.
Yeah.
We've got loads of the small rental boxes, but NX rentals I got were like Dragons Forever, like Twin Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really pushing now. I didn't have many extra. All my stuff were retail stuff.
Yeah, so they were a bit later, weren't they, as well? Those
Yeah.
Dragons Forever Twin Dragons are a little bit later, yeah. But yes, listen, mate, brilliant. So it started with Big Brawl, you say, yeah?
Yeah, Battle Creek Brawl, Big Brawl. It was the small box there. It didn't have a cover, but it was just a single tape. And that's what my 3 or 4 year old. I knew around that time. That's when I watched. I remember theme song to it, the whistling, and him
Yes.
rolling down the beams.
Well, so do I. Go on then, do it. Let's have it.
Oh god, I can't whistle.
You don't have to whistle. You can just do the tune.
I can do it like the bass. Doom 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 doom. Yeah, that's it.
Brilliant. Yes, you see bass, and then I'll do the lead for it. Yeah, brilliant.
I know people don't like that film, but that holds a really soft spot up for me. That's when the Blu-ray came out. I know it's a really cheesy 80s film, and now later on you find out why he went to go make that film to hide from some triads as well.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's a good new bit of info for me.
Yeah, like his low-way partnership ended, and he booted them to go join Golden Harvest, and that's when Jimmy Wang Yu had to swoop in and save him.
Sort it out, yeah.
And that's why Jackie made Island of Fire and Fantasy Mission Force as favours, as in,
that's right. Yeah, I heard that one. Yeah,
get your backside here. I need your help, right, sir? No worries. I'll break off what I'm doing and come help you.
Yeah. I've not. I have the Blu-ray for Battle Creek Brawl, but I've not rewatched it. But again, that I knew at the time that it wasn't a Hong Kong Chan. I could tell, everything by the people that are in it and who it said directed it and everything. I could tell. But I still really, really liked that film. So.
I do. I like it for what it is. It's when you watch his other stuff, then you go back to that and think, he's handcuffed, but he's just doing his job, and he's just trying to make things work best he can. But I've got a soft spot for that film. That's in my top 5, regardless. That's in my top 5. Yeah,
because
for that reason, because it's my first one. And out of a lot of his other American films, that's really in the top. I like it. There's a charm to it. It's a product of his time. He's fighting wrestlers at the end.
Yeah,
complete clash of styles.
That's right.
I like it for the novelty of that film. I really like it.
Yeah, that's it. How about a kiss, Quan?
How about a little kiss, Quan?
Yeah.
Brilliant. We always used to like the bit where it was is his name Mako? That's right, isn't it?
Yeah. His uncle.
Yeah, there was a fight towards the beginning, and he goes, "Behind you," and he just goes, "I know."
Behind you, I know.
just does a stick.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, when they're infiltrating the gangster's mansion.
That's it. Yeah, behind you, I know. And it's just brilliant. So yeah, I also like that. I like the opening where he's, like you say, I don't know where he's up in the sky on cables and wires.
Yeah, some
I don't know,
factory yard thing, and he's just scaling whatever framework just to show things off. And I know he wanted to make it more dangerous to show people off, but the maker was just no.
I see. Yeah, good, man. So I also like that film as well. But yeah, see, it's funny, isn't it? The ones that start it all, and it's enough. So that'll be a film that's frowned upon. Oh, that's a crap Chan or whatever.
Yeah, I see a few negative. Some people don't like it because it's like it is a product of its time. Oh, there's rated characters in it. Well, we know it's.
Is there? I don't remember.
Well, because they say the word you know, they use
Oh, do
racial
they? Yeah,
terms.
but there is Italian gangster type
I
blokes.
know it's the
What's the
19th. They're
problem?
portraying people that are murderers, gangsters, drug dealers in those
Yeah.
times, and some people are oh, it's not on, and no, but
Okay.
it's a film. End of the day, it's a film. It's
Film is written like that to make the character
yeah,
Chang angry, you know, to get him annoyed, to want to beat him up or whatever.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the whole
He's an
point.
immigrant
You know?
in America trying to
Yeah,
fight off
yeah.
these people. It's a success story. He's
That's it.
fighting off. It's a hero versus a villain. The villain's got to be a villain for some reason,
Yeah, exactly. He's a nasty piece
and
of
and
work.
he's
And
over. Yeah, and they've overcome it. And I know people just didn't like it. Fact, it's the
mm,
to compare it against Police Story and Armour of God. You just can't. It's
no,
just two
no.
different films, and I see the discourse on social media about his other films, like his low way films, and they might have spotted his big hits, then go back and found them. And oh god, these are trash. These are not police. Well, of course they're not. He were this the
Yeah,
'70s. This is him carving out his career. He's got to start somewhere.
that's right. Yeah,
He's got
exactly.
to he's got to start somewhere, play his craft, and then become the star he became.
But those low way films are. I mean, I like them. I mean,
I
they're
like
good, aren't
most
they?
of them.
Yeah, same. Right?
It's like
Wooden
any of
Men,
the films. It's
brilliant.
got good ones to not so good ones. You can rank them how you
Yeah.
want. But
Yeah, but Wooden Men, Spiritual Kung Fu, Dragon Fist, Magnificent Bodyguard, Snake and Crane.
Snake and Crane's probably got. I think that's number one out of his low way collection for me.
It's amazing.
I
Yeah.
really like that film. I remember that's another Castleford Market by
But,
£4. Put it to my mum. We came home. We had
yeah.
his takeaway. We chucked it on. I went. I thoroughly enjoyed that from its opening credits at red background.
Yes,
The end.
mate.
I love. Even my mum went. I really like that.
Yes. But, yeah, we see this red
That's up there
background.
with Snake and Eagle Shadow and Drunken Master. I put that really up there with them too. It was that
Yeah.
good.
No, it's wicked. Yeah, really, really good one. That. What cover was it that you got from Castleford Market then?
It's one of the smaller. There's loads of different low way collections about. I think the one
Oh,
it
okay.
weren't the ex rental one,
No,
but it was like I can't explain it. It's a right Faz. You know what? 2 seconds. It's next door. Give me 2 seconds. I'll
brilliant.
find
I wonder
it.
if it's the black cover with a circle at the top. Yeah, I've seen a few different Snake and Cranes.
No, forget it. It's tucked away. Tucked away. Forget it. I'll
Yeah,
end up wasting time. But it's
no,
it's
fair
not a
enough.
black. It's like it's a black. The back of it is black. It has one
Yeah.
photo of him jumping the spearman, and then it's just a photo of him and doing a stance, and it's got like a blue. His name in blue lettering. And it's got like a box at the bottom.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
It's one of
And
them ones. I think some people will know exactly what I mean.
yeah, well, we know that someone definitely will.
Yeah,
Right?
Paul.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, you're right though. See, so when you saw the Big Brawl, you still knew, right? So some people would say, "Well, that's a crap Chan," but for you, that's the first thing you'd seen like that, and it still had Chan. It still had enough magic there. You know, if you watch it later, you go, "Oh, this is an American Chan. It's not a true Chan." But it doesn't matter. It's about when you see it and what it means at the time. And this is why this bloke is so brilliant, right? Because even though that's not a true Chan and doesn't really show the bloke off, you still knew when you saw it that this was something not normal. This was different. You still knew. It still
Yeah,
did something. Yeah. And that's what happens with the later ones when I speak to people and I go, "Oh, what's the first Chan?" And like Stephen Ames, you know, he said Shanghai Noon, and I love
yeah,
Shanghai Noon. Yeah, I love it. It's a great film, but it's like, okay, so these later ones, they still do it. They still are enough. There's enough magic in there to make people go, "Who's this bloke?" Because you know what? He's bloody brilliant, isn't he?
yeah. There's a lot of people like it took Rumble in the Bronx. Like even
Mm,
when I was at school, we all watched it and went, "Well, who's he?" And I went, "Well, I know of him, and that'll be the first film for everyone to go become fans of him." And like
yeah,
I was the hardcore Jackie Chan fan in high school, even
yeah.
primary school.
Same for
And
me. Yeah,
everyone I used to do like snake fist at people just for a
yeah,
giggle
same.
and drunk
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
go, oh. he's, having a wind up, having a giggle at school and whatever. And he got other mates that became fans out of it, and they went, "Guys, I got this film. I've got that's all right." Until I'll go back to Police Story. When I brought that home, and my friends who lived near me, and I went to ran up. I ran over to a friend who lived literally a few hours away and I went, "We need to watch this." Why? I went, that Jackie Chan guy we watched. Watch this. And all my friends, we came round, watched it at another friend's house because mum and dad weren't in. We all sat in their living room, chucked it on, and it was just constantly getting rewound. Literally, play, pause, when stuntman's going spinning round through glass, and they're amazed, like, how the hell did that happen? We just watched Terminator like yesterday or Mortal Kombat, and then that happens, and like, nah.
This is, mate, it's so funny because I feel exactly the same. People would be saying, I was at school doing Snake, drunken, all of that. I was trying to tell people about this Jackie Chan bloke saying he was brilliant, and people just thought it was stupidness. No one cared. Aunts, uncles, okay, Uncle Peter, brilliant, he knew, but there were other ones who would. I don't know. There was one, Uncle Terry. He was good because he called it. He referred to him as Jackie Chan. You're going to bring some of that Jackie Chan stuff around, are you? I loved it. So he was good. He'd watch it. You could tell he loved it, but then he'd go, rubbish, right? It's not true. It's not true, though. And then Uncle Charlie, I used to take him round there as well. And he used to say, it's crap because he was into Chuck Norris, right? But you knew when he was watching it, you knew that he was thinking, well, this ain't Chuck Norris. Do you know what I mean? You knew, but because I was a kid, they would always go, nah, rubbish. He would say, rubbish. Chuck Norris is the best. Look at it and go, you can't think that after you watch that. But man, what a comment. Yeah, just what's happened here? Just watched Terminator.
Probably. But when did I get that tape? It was like 96, 97-ish. Mortal Kombat had come out on video. We rented that not long before, and we loved that. And then we watched Police Story and we went, shit, no, what's going to top that?
What's going on, right? What, like you say, what is going on? I remember, where he boots the bloke, and he does the backflip and lands on the escalators. And
yeah. Fan, he's stuntman Fan Kian, yeah.
Yeah, I was always looking at it going, oh mate, the shins and this. I just loved it. I loved it. It's so good.
Yeah,
everything.
that were a real silly bump. We watched that, and my mates were just constantly rewinding. They're trying to think, no, there's got to be something here. They're constantly, even with grainy VHS tape, my mates went, no, he just didn't do that. We can't see no CGI. I don't think there were no such thing as CGI in Hong Kong. They had to literally do it themselves, and that's why they did what they did. No resources, right? We'll jump off the building ourselves.
Yeah, well, we used to do the edits. You talk about the rewind. We used to do edits. So we used to say have that flip or whatever and land on the escalators. We used to do it like dish, bum bum bum, dish, bum bum bum, bum 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 bum, dish dish dish, bum bum bum. We used to make little edit tapes with video to video. It was quite hard, but we used to rewind, record, rewind, record, rewind, record, and we used to make edit tapes of it. Me, my bro, and another guy called Gilbert. We used to literally make edit tapes of bits in kung fu films or whatever, but it was so brilliant. That's how much you love it, right? You've got to try and, I don't know, rinse as much as you can out of it. Watching it weren't enough. That's what gets you up doing martial arts, though, watching these films as well. It gets you doing stuff, gets you involved in it. Man, it's brilliant. But yeah, Police Story, I mean, all of it. Look at the jumper. Look at the clothes.
That iconic jumper,
Wicked jumper, wicked barnet.
I used to wear we all me and a few other lads, we used to get them old Adidas jumpers with stripes down sides and then turn the cut collars underneath and have like a shirt with collars over. Just that was like our Police Story cosplay. Or we go to school with them on and be a bit rebellious.
Yeah, man. I did the same with a pedicab lumberjack shirt. I was the same for years. I walked around in a lumberjack shirt, all because of someone hung in pedicab driver. It's mad, isn't it? But
that's one film I haven't got around to seeing fully yet. There's
it's good, man.
I've seen the end fight scene. I've seen a million end fight scenes with the events of YouTube. And like as a kid, just I can only get his films. Like you say, Chuck Norris, I was getting a couple of them films that Jet Li burst onto the scene. I was getting his films, ex-rentals at the time, and Van Damme, and there was Seagal. I had my other interests. I couldn't go fully delve into the rest of Hong Kong cinema
No, of
because I
course.
had
It's
other
different.
interests. So I put them to one side, and then my fandom dwindled. When I got working age at 15,
Yeah.
I started earning money. Then other things came into play. So,
Yeah.
and like only recently, I'd pick up whatever was about over years, and then really these past like 7-ish years, now the boutique labels are pumping out Blu Rays of films. Well, I never saw that on video. I'll grab that. It might have an English dub on it, or as many versions of the film. I'll pick them up, and I've been gradually tiptoeing my way back in the past few years with collecting stuff.
Yeah.
And in the groups now, so there's no one else like me in my area that were into this. I was the only one, so and with
Right.
not many knowledge of anything, I
Yeah.
couldn't delve into it. Like my collective mindset has always been there. I would have done this like Paul. I'd have been doing this as a kid. I just regret getting rid of a lot of my stuff, but my arm are kind of twisted by my mum.
Yeah. You can't help it. You did.
No, it is
You
what
did
it
what
is.
it was necessary. It was necessary at the time. You know, I don't think that they look. We're not stupid, right? You know, you've mentioned your mum, you mentioned your dad, you mentioned your brother, right, as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah. So you mentioned your family. We know what's what. We love this stuff, but we know what's what. We know what's truly important. And at that time, with those tapes, something had to give. And you know, the lifestyle, your family, and everything. They're more important than those tapes. They're
yeah.
brilliant. It is a
Small
shame, but
sacrifice, but
yeah.
I've just like now these past few years, I've just relived my childhood again, getting everything back, and I've enjoyed it, and it's got me back into this, and
Well, that's why
yeah,
you don't want to. This is a great attitude to have, right? Rather than be all upset and sad and miserable over it, you're like, well, I've got to use it as a positive and go, well, and I can just try and grab this stuff again and relive it, re-enjoy it when you get them, watch them or whatever, or you know, or post them on the Facebook or what. You know, you're using it as just like a rebirth of it to enjoy it again. You know, well,
yeah.
that's
I just
brilliant.
wanted my tapes back, and then it's just, oh, I've seen that, and then I
Yeah,
see, you see behind me, I spot that on internet, and then I spot that, and I spot, and then Paul's gone, oh, there was this knocking about back in there, oh,
yeah,
then someone in the group will advertise it, or if I'll advertise, someone in the group will go, I've got that, I'll sell it to you.
yeah.
Like Nick Singh, I've bought a load of stuff off of Nick over the past
Oh,
year or
that guy,
so.
yeah. Brilliant stuff, yeah. Brilliant bloke and brilliant stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I
Lovely
remember you
fella.
mentioning him over that Korean DVD of Snake and
That's
Crane.
right, yeah, yeah,
And I went,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
you know Nick, because I said I've bought a fair few stuff off of him as well.
Yeah, the few this one's off him and all, yeah. Another variant, yeah, but yeah.
Let
He's
me,
a lovely fella.
let me break something out. I think it's the very
Yeah, do
first
it.
one. There it is.
Yes, brilliant.
Wheels
Yeah,
on Wheels
proper.
poster. He told me that
Yeah.
earlier this year, I think it was.
I like the poster book. That's good, isn't it? And like a big
Yeah,
massive
I've got a load of them. I might as well show you it
brilliant.
also here. There's Karate Kid there.
Yeah. Good book.
Then, oh, when
Look
I
at
left,
that, man. Look at that. That's
that's a
proper.
beauty. Never saw
Yeah,
these.
man.
So that's something Paul mentioned. He used to go to video shops and pester people if, can I buy that when it's done with? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I never
Yeah.
thought of it, but even if I did, my mum would have gone, no. I got
Yes.
Twinkle
Believe.
Twinkle.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's a
lovely.
that's a lad that from Morecambe sold me this, and then that cropped up on a group, Winners and Sinners.
Mhm.
Got a nice
Wicked.
deal
All
for
the
that.
original. These are all the original. These are the covers for the VHSs. These are all the
Yeah,
originals,
the
yeah.
VPD, yeah, in poster form,
DVD American
originals.
Imperials, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I've got some,
Yeah,
well,
tuxedo.
not a great film like, but the
Well, yeah.
tuxedo. That's not in my
I
top
always
10 at
I
all.
always got annoyed with that film because it's like he don't need a suit. He can do it all without a magic suit. God damn it.
I think I remember it in Impact Magazine at day when this was getting made. I think originally it was going to be casting. Remember Stretch Armstrong, that toy?
Yeah. Yeah, loved
I
it.
swear, I always remember this. He was going to be casting that as Stretch Armstrong, and then
Really?
somehow this film came out, the tuxedo.
Yeah,
I swear
well,
I read that in Impact magazine back in there, and I just got other stuff in this one. I've got loads of posters, and
Yeah,
then Accidental Spy,
that's right. Yeah.
and got that, and I think Medallion.
Ooh,
I found
yeah.
that to be a bit interesting. Him and Lee Evans together, and that's
Yeah.
it. I think that one.
I'd have to rewatch it, but at the time that was one where I went, "Oh, you know," I didn't like that one much.
Yeah,
But
it's.
otherwise,
I remember
Accidental
saying it.
Spy, I liked. Yeah, they're good.
I'm a big Lee Evans fan. I like my stand-up comedy, and
But
I
you see,
thought,
I don't like stand-up comedy, so that's the first problem. As in, I've just not ever been into it. And I love Norman Wisdom, and to me, okay, it's good that he's carried on that type of thing. But I'm like, no, I've got Norman Wisdom. I don't need you, Evans. But I still appreciate and prefer that because I grew up on old black and white comedy stuff. So Lauren Hardy,
yeah,
Harold Lloyd, Norman Wisdom. So I love the slapstick. So I appreciate where Evans is coming from with it. But because I've already got Wisdom, I went, I don't need Evans, but yeah, he's still good. I
it,
still appreciate it.
yeah. I like the idea of Lee Evans. It was a Hong Kong film trying to be
Mm.
like an American film with the good intentions of having. I swear I saw on Hong Kong Appreciation Cinema. I can't remember who mentioned it. That Lee Evans was not meant to be in that film. It was meant to be Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean.
Oof, blimey.
And
Even
I
worse.
think at the time he went to go make Johnny English instead of that.
Okay, yeah.
I thought
That's
that's interesting. It's a nice combo of having Jackie and Lee Evans, but it needed someone else to reimagine them two together. It's a nice idea, Lee Evans, but he tried to portray his on stage daft, goofy character as that character on screen, and it just didn't work. It's an okay film. I
yeah.
rewatched the Blu-ray 88 films did last year. I don't
Oh
mind
yeah.
it, but it could have been a lot better. Like some of these like early 2000-ish film, like Chuffing Out That Tuxedo, that's I don't know. I felt like that were a favour for Jimmy Wang Yu. That Chuffing Out
Yeah.
that's
You're
I
back
think
to
that's
the
probably worse.
Fantasy Mission Force Eagle Shadow Fist, but yet he was in it all the way through. He weren't in it. It was all about the suit. I appreciate the concept, but
Yeah,
I'm going to be able to do stuff now, and I put a suit on. It's like, no, Jackie Chan don't need a suit. He's just Jackie Chan. So
I remember George Clark at Vince Play. He mentioned it would have been better suited for Sammo Hung. He felt like
yeah,
it'd be better suited for Sammo Hung at the time. I thought that's quite an interesting idea. They obviously went with Jackie in
but
a
it
Disney
didn't even
film or
need
a
to be.
DreamWorks film, and
It, yeah, it should have been not even a Hong Kong martial arts star. It should have just been, I don't know, Jim Carrey or something, because then the
yeah,
suit makes him powers. Yeah,
yeah,
you
it'd have
know.
been ideal for that. But I don't know ins and outs out why he did that film. It's not one of my favorite. Probably that's why I've never been interested to find out. It's really the bottom of the barrel for me. Tuxedo.
Yeah.
Got that on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I rewatched it last year and I went, "God, this is rubbish."
Oh, did you? Yeah. I mean, I watched it a number of times at the time. But yeah, we used to laugh at it. Me and a young kid used to watch it and go, "This is a crap Chan, isn't it?" But just, yeah.
There are
But there you
some.
go.
It's not
Can't be
always,
helped.
but
Yeah.
it's there. It's in his filmography.
Yeah, of course, that's it, right? But it's funny you mentioned Island on Fire, Island of Fire. I'm the same as you. I never
I
get
get
that one
mixed up
right.
on or off. I've got both. I've got covers. To be honest, my next video is right there, and I've got on Island of Fire. Talk about that box
Oh
set.
yeah, that's one of the cardboard triple boxes. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've got all three of them. Yeah, the post office special or the news agent special.
I've never
And then,
seen what films are in. I've never seen that one.
where's
I
my
know
camera?
that's a Wheels on Mills thing, but what were the three films in that then?
So we've got Island of Fire, Master with Crap Fingers,
Yeah,
and
brilliant.
City Hunter.
Yeah, never seen it. See, City Hunter, an actual quite a later on film. Yeah, never seen that
Yeah,
one.
it's a weird thing because I remember my mate at school had this, and this was the first time I watched City Hunter. It was the first time I watched Island of Fire, but I didn't watch Master with Crap Fingers. Someone borrowed the tape off of him and never returned it. So I had an ex
Right.
rental of Master with Crap
Gosh.
Fingers. That's another one where saw that, and it's got like the VPD. It's got that cover on it, all in
That's
black,
right.
and it's the same photo on the back. And then you put it
Yeah.
on, and I'm like,
That's such a crap cover for Master of Crap Fingers.
yeah, they like to
Look, this
reuse
is a crap cover
wheels and
for it and all.
I found that when I started
Look,
collecting. I thought I never saw
right.
that.
So has Master of Crap Fingers ever got a good cover? Because listen, I love that cover,
That's probably the
nostalgia,
best cover.
but it's Snake and Eagle's shadow, and it's talking about Big Brawl on it. And it's anyway. So yeah, so that's not a good cover either. But yeah, mate, I tell you, what about City Hunter though? Music. Do you remember the music? It just came into my head.
I don't remember music much. No, I'm trying to. It cropped up on YouTube the other day. Someone
Right. I don't know why I remember music.
recycling films, and it just cropped up. And I don't mind City Hunter. I remember
Yeah, it's
watching
all
it
right,
the
yeah.
first time
I
on that.
like it, yeah.
I must have been in a bad mood that day because I watched it and thought, I don't like this.
Nah,
What's
yeah,
this?
I like it. Yeah, I've
Then
always liked it.
years later, I got it on video and what have you, and I bought the. Well, I'll tell another story in a second. But I watched it later on. I went, I don't mind it. It's
Yeah, I
daft.
like.
Then I find
Yeah,
out
I
who
like
won Ginny's. I went, oh, it's his brand of humour, and it's
style.
the
Yeah,
Japanese manga like City
that's
Hunter,
it.
and he did it as a favour for fans because apparently there's no, we'd like to see you try and do City Hunter, and he did it for that. And I do like the end fight with Richard Norton.
Yeah, and you obviously like the bit in the whatever it is, the bedroom, the hotel room with Gary Daniels. I mean,
Gary
like that.
Daniels, yeah.
That's
I
wicked. Yeah,
recognised him because I think at the time I might have watched. I hadn't seen every single one of his films. I never delved it, but Fist at North Star, I think I watched that
right. Yeah,
back
I
in the
forgot
day.
about
I
that.
ain't seen it since. I've probably ever seen that film once and never watched it
Yeah,
again. I went, oh, I recognise him. And I
yeah, that's it.
realised looking him up his English, and
Mm.
he's done quite a bit. But yeah, I do. It's all right for me. Sitting on it was all right.
Yeah, I liked it. I don't remember why, but I'm pretty sure the first time I saw it was at the cinema. I can't remember why. Obviously, it got screened for some reason, but I'm certain I saw it at the cinema. And it goes da dan da dan da dan da dan da dan dan dan
City
dan
Hunter,
down
yeah,
down 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 down. Brilliant, City
yeah.
Hunter. Dun dun ra da 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 down.
That's it. Yeah,
Having
you got
fun.
me.
Ra da 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 down. Ba da dan 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 bam 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 bam. Brilliant.
Yeah, I'm envisioning now the end credits now with that song. I do like the end credits for outtakes for that song. I do like that bit. Yeah,
And there's also a weird song towards the end on the boat or whatever. Gala gala happy da 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 dan la da 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 dan la da 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 ba da 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 dan. You remember it? Da da dan dan dan, and they're all dancing. It's like a musical scene.
yeah. There's a so that were edited out of the UK export cut. It wasn't until I can't remember. I think I watched the Eureka Blu Ray and I went, I don't remember that being in film.
Yeah.
That's the only bit they
Okay.
cut out. The rest of the film, I think, were untouched. They just
Yeah. No.
cut that
Yeah. I
section
kind of
out.
get why. I sort of get why it was. I don't know. It's not an English song, and there's no. I mean, it's weird, but I'm not. I don't know anything about City Hunter, the anime, the comics. I don't know
No,
anything about
neither
it.
do I.
I can't
No,
relate to it
I
and
never
go,
looked
oh,
into it.
yeah. So I can't. I can't do anything where I relate to it and go, yeah, but that's a song from this. It just I don't mean anything to me. But I mean, I
There's a
still like it.
Netflix series out
Oh, is there?
of City Hunter. I've not delved into it.
Yeah.
I've not. It don't really pique my interest at the moment, but I
Yeah. Me
might have a
neither.
look at some point.
Yeah.
But if I get a
Yeah.
spare Sunday and I'm literally bored to death and there's no else to watch, I
Yeah.
might
Well,
do
yeah, that'll be a tough one to find that level of boredom, I should think. But yeah, but we always used to sing that strange song as well. So yeah, it's all fun and it's all brilliant stuff. And Pedicab Driver is another one you mentioned. See, to me, it's not ruined, but like these, you can get clips and phone, and people just watch bits. That film is a really good film. Yes, the fighting is wicked, but the emotions in that film are brilliant. So it's a good story, a good film. It's got some good emotional scenes in it, and obviously they make the fights more impactful when you watch it as a whole. But it
Yeah.
was never one that you could get hold of. I still don't have that in a good copy of it.
No, like another reason why I dismissed collecting a lot of like really Hong Kong films. Like I'm a stickler. I love my English dubs. I recognise those voice actors. I
Yeah,
like them. I remember watching
brilliant.
some of these films like Young Master Dragon. I swear blind when I heard one of the voice, I thought Eric Idle was dubbing someone.
Yeah,
I swear blind.
yeah,
I said to my dad, even my dad, went, is that Eric Idle dubbing it?
yeah. See,
It
yeah,
sounded like him.
yeah.
And
Uh,
I know there's a lot of discourse. I hate the dubs, they're awful. Pick whatever you like, just pick it, watch it. And like I speak
love
with
the
Paul to
dubs.
I love them. And it's easier for me because like I had like since a kid an attention span thing. I've got to give a foreign language film if I'm fully invested in it, I'll
Mm,
sit and watch and read the subtitles. There's a lot of them I will.
yeah,
But not all. But if it comes with an English dub, I love it. And like there's a lot of films like made in Hong Kong. A lot of their films were just original language with subtitles. And like, if I weren't invested like my mum, I'm going to spend 15 quid in HMV on something. If it were Jackie Chan, yeah.
yeah,
Because
yeah. No,
like a lot of my films, like I couldn't want until I think the DVDs were coming out when Hong Kong Legends started pumping them out. I never watched Project Tier 1 or 2 English dub ever until the DVDs came out. I can never find the English dub on video. I had them as made in Hong Kong. I got them for Christmas. I
mm,
think it was 1 and 2. Mum must have gone to HMV and got them both for like 13 quid.
yeah,
They were Christmas for what's them in original language. Even I'm a God. That VPD video, I could not find that. I borrowed it,
right,
the
yeah,
English dub off of me. He had a pirate copy, and I
right.
watched that, and I thought, could I find that English dub on VHS in Leeds? If it were about, I weren't looking. But again, my mum went, "You got the one copy, you ain't
Yeah.
getting another one."
Well, that's it. Yeah, why you buy multiple films? You've got it. Yeah, I got it for
Yeah,
you. Yeah, and it's fair enough. It's fair enough. These are good.
it is.
These
Yeah,
are good. These are good stand-up ethics to live by. There's nothing wrong with that. It's brilliant. But obviously now you've been let loose. But
that's it. I weren't going to do this collecting stuff. It was just
mm,
a one off. I thought, I were a bit depressed at the time, going through a lot of stress, and I thought, I'm going to
yeah,
cheer myself. I'm going to find this. It was the first mission. I never spotted that X rental either on the
mm.
market stalls. I got it as the Hong Kong Classics videos, Heart of Dragon. I remember my grandma buying me that when we
Oh man,
took her out for the day. It was either that or the Wheels on Meals she got me. It was either in
yeah,
York or Scarborough at
lovely.
Woolworths.
Yes,
I'm
mate.
going back
Love.
now, Woolies.
Yeah, man.
We
Oh
took her
yeah, I
out,
know.
and I craftily went into the video shop instantly, and I knew that I waited, and mum or dad would push around in a wheelchair. Oh, what are you looking
Yeah,
at? And I said, oh, I like that. And we went, oh, get him it. Cheers, Graham.
yes, yeah, man. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, thanks, Grand. See, they all know. They all know what's going on, and yeah, I love that, man. But what was so? So what are the films you just mentioned there? Ah, Project A. Now, Project A, I think you've done all right there because I actually don't really like the English dub. Now, I love English dubs. They're my
It's a
favorite
bit,
as well.
it is a bit. I remember first watching, and I thought, wow, this is a bit.
It ain't the usual voices.
Ain't the usual voices. For some reason, like that film, Project Tier 1, I think Wheels on Meals as well. They're all got that. And My Lucky
Yeah,
Stars, they got
yeah.
the
Wheels
different
on Meals
voice
is weird
actors
as
in.
well. Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
that same thing, like the accents they're trying to put on a. Today's that sounds someone would call them racist for trying to put on like a Hong Kong voice to them. That's how it comes across to me a bit. Or
yeah. Maybe, yeah.
I don't know who the company was that did them, but yeah, Project A. That I'm used to it now.
Yeah,
It's
sure. Yeah, me too, right? But that was one that I always preferred. I never liked me and my bro, both of us never liked the dubbing because we had my cousin used to really like Project A loads, and obviously we liked it, but he loved it because he loved the whole pirates thing and everything. So he loved that film. So I ended up watching that film a lot because he always wanted to watch it, and we were the people who had it, if you like. So it'd be like, oh, bring round that Project A, the pirate Jackie Chan. So we'd always bring that round, but we never liked the dubbing on that film. So later on, when that came out, whatever Hong Kong Legends or whatever, when we saw it original language, I always preferred that one in Cantonese. But so it's a shame, really, because I never liked it, and I watched it again recently, that English dub, and obviously I'm used to it, and it brought back memories, and I was all good with it because I think I don't care now the same. You know, back then I was like, oh, this one's crap. Yeah, because when I'm showing these films to people, I'm trying to promote them for whatever reason. We, like you said, even when we're at school, I'm trying to promote this stuff and
Yeah,
share it and go, look, this is brilliant. So that one, I always felt, I don't remember ever whether I said it, but I always was sitting there going, yeah, but the dubbing on this one is crap. You know, this isn't good. Like Armor of God, I never thought that. I love the dubbing on Armor of God. Dragon Lord, you know, I never showed these to people and went, oh yeah, but it's dubbed and it's crap. No, I loved those, but
yeah.
always Project A, I went, this isn't making the best of this film. You know?
No, I wish it were the same voice actors that like dubbing Armor of God,
Yeah.
Police Story, even like his later films, like with Project A, 2, like Dragons Forever. When that same different cast got his film like going like I think the same voice actor did Project A2, Dragons Forever, City Hunter, Operation Condor. I remember the same voice doing that string of films.
Right. Mm.
Yeah, I know because like it's there, 4K that's just come out. The
That's it.
Taiwanese
Yeah.
cut on that. They've just inserted the Taiwanese deleted scenes into the export cut to make a hybrid cut, and
Okay.
that's brilliant.
Has that
I
got
thought it was good.
the original Inga's dub that we're talking about on there?
Yeah, it's got both.
Yeah.
It's for this
Cool.
4K that's come out by
Mm.
88 Films.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the American English dub on the second film. I can't
Right.
spot it on there, and I'm not really a fan of those American ones that came out with Hong Kong Legends. But
I don't think I've heard the American dub of
they're
it.
okay. They're
Mm.
okay, but they're just not like they don't have that nostalgia like we've got with videotapes with them voice. The, those voice actors for these, they give people character, even if they
Thank
sound a
you.
bit if they sound a bit dodgy, a bit odd, or a bit campy. It felt like they just wanted to give some of the like lesser characters a bit more character. Or
Yes, mate.
I've got so much fondness to it, and it makes it easier
So
to watch
right.
for me.
You are so right with that. That they seem to, you know, people make all these jokes like, oh, these guys were drunk at the time and listen to this and that. But it's like, well, hang on a minute, look at the characters. You can, in my opinion, they've done a wicked job of lip syncing it and doing it, you know, trying to find the words that mirrored it the best they could. And the characters, like you say, they gave the people characters. You know, a scrawny little bloke, whatever, would have a voice that sort of looked like the voice he would have. Chan
Jason
had a
Payne
cool
out for
voice.
Shaolin.
Brilliant.
When you open that English dub and that little stunt man that comes out as that right high pitched voice, what's that? When you sound
That's
that
right, yeah.
popped me. I will laughing my ass off. But there's a
Exactly.
charm to that. I
Yeah,
like them little side characters getting a bit
that's it.
something like that
Gives
to
you,
make a bit of character. Or if there's a little Weasley character, they might
that's it.
accentuate it to make him a bit more Weasley and
Yeah, because
the
he
high
is a
pitch
bit of a
on it.
joke. That character is a bit of a joke. You know, God damn it. Didn't you hear what he said? And he's a
Yeah.
bit of a joke, right? He jumps down onto a rock, bang, bang, bang. He's out
Oh,
of there.
yeah.
All those three are a bit of a joke because they think they're hard and they ain't. You know, and they crop up in the film a few times, but it's just like, you guys are crap. You know, you
Yeah.
ain't good. So I don't know. I think it works. Look, there is something to be said for, well, that's all we've known. That's how we've seen it. But when I saw Project A, but then I'd had other dubs before that, you know. So I was comparing that Project A dub to other ones, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dragon Lord, Young Master, man, those dubs are some of
Talk
the
about
best.
Dragon Lord. It just came today. French VHS.
Yeah, I was gonna say that ain't the box I've got on my Inga's big box there.
No,
Look at that.
I've got the Guild one. I've got the
Guild.
Guild one.
That's it. That's a
Yeah.
French one, yeah?
Yeah, it's French just came today.
It's still called Dragon Lord. They haven't done a French title for it.
No, it's all in English, except for the synopsis that's in French.
Right. Okay.
Gonna be dubbed
Yeah.
in French as well, I think.
Yeah,
I've got a fair lack of French VHS. I've got that much stuff in here. There's a French Drunken Master.
Lovely, brilliant.
And I think that's Dragon Fist. L'Avenger.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Could be wrong. It could
Looks like it's in the
be.
shots, but you can never tell, can you? Yeah.
I think it might be To Kill with Intrigue. I don't know. Sometimes there's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that get promoted as one thing and it's another thing. We're
Good
not.
though. Totally different artwork as well.
Yeah, I like the artwork to a lot of things. I've always been a fan
Yeah.
of artwork. That's why I'm a big fan of like Kung Fu Bob. That's what's really with these 88 film stuff and these
He's
boutiques
brilliant.
of Kung Fu Bob. He's getting a humongous shout out on here because if he ever watches it, his artwork's
He's the
sublime.
best.
It's amazing. Trying to
He's the best.
recapture those old VHS tapes with like the Transglobal stuff with the artwork and
Yeah, I loved that stuff. Yeah. You
Sean
can tell with
Longmore does a good job
yeah,
of what he
listen,
does
they're
as
all
well,
good.
and Sam
Yeah,
Green as well, and Darren Wheeling.
yeah,
They've all got the styles, and
that's right.
making making these stuff look a bit more attractive. And then you're in HMV and thought Kung Fu Bob's work there. Goes, oh, what's that? Then it makes you want to buy. Like for me, going to Car Boot, oh, the artwork there. That's how we were all buying films back in them days. The artwork it had to grab your attention to buy it
Yeah,
and take a chance on
yeah,
it.
yeah. That did take a chance. Yeah, I mean, it ended up that we didn't care because if it had Chan on it or whatever, we just got it regardless. But yeah, we know that the artwork is there to promote the film or whatever, or to try and make you
Yeah,
pick it up, which is why they had him with a big pipe.
it was hit and miss. It was 50-50, but it were. You can look back now with nostalgic memories, and like as I
Yeah,
mentioned, like when we picked up Fantasy Mission Force and my dad's up floor howling.
yeah.
What have we
See,
just watched?
right, but there you go. But it has its place. It has its memory, positive or negative. You've created a positive memory from it. You know, your dad was laughing about it, and these are things no one can take those away from you. So that film is still brilliant because it created that memory for you, right? I
Yeah,
mean, this is good. It's good stuff. You know, it's good stuff. Now we'll try and wrap it up a little bit because obviously, as usual, I could talk to you all day about this stuff, but yeah, well, it's easy, right? Because it's the stuff we love. The stuff it's brilliant.
my first phone call with Paul Drake, well, it meant to be a 2-minute chat. Oh, quick chat up, and then 3 hours later,
Can't help free see, can't help it. Can't help it though, right? Can't help it, right? But you've obviously started collecting this stuff, and then I remember you saying to me when I first said, "Would you like to come on?" and whatever. And I remember you saying to me, it's not that long ago, but some months ago, you said, I'm planning on doing a YouTube channel myself at some point, maybe trying to do it. And you have done that. So, you know, nice one, nice work, well
yeah,
done
much
for
appreciated.
taking the leap. Where can we find it? What's the name of the channel?
The channel is called Yorkshire Pudding Collects.
There you go, Yorkshire Yorkshire Pudding collects.
I had
Now
to
we
think
know
of
why
a
because
I had to
you're a
think of a
Yorkshire man.
name, and I were having Yorkshire puddings at the time, and I went, I collect stuff, so we went with that.
Well, why not, right? And we can see some of your wares there, and you've shown us some of the wares. And so far, you've done one on that Project Aid that you've done there. You've just shown there
Yeah,
with that 4K.
I've did a quick my first video, which was like a tester thing, just showing off what I got that week, and I've done my second video was just unboxing the Project A box set, and this morning I've just uploaded another video going through my entire Project A collection.
Oh, have you? I've not seen that yet. You've done that this morning.
Yeah, I did that this morning.
Well, no, you uploaded it this morning,
I
but
uploaded it this morning. Sorry.
right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, how are you finding doing the vids or whatever? Because obviously it's new to you, and it's
Yeah, it's a bit. Everyone makes it out to be quite easy, and I don't know how to do. Back in the day, I would have had my PC. I would have figured out editing stuff. I used to do something like that. But like over the years now, just getting older. I'm out. I just rely on my phone. I don't have a PC no more. I have to figure out how to edit stuff and make a better thumbnail. I
mm,
figured that out at some point, and yeah.
yeah.
Well, I
For
thought,
now,
you
it's
know
just
what,
stuff.
I
It
need
don't
I
matter.
need a new hobby. I
Yeah,
want to show this stuff off, and
that's it.
a lot of people it's just an hobby just to do something a bit different. Why I want to do the YouTube. I've watched a few channels over the years. Like being a big pro wrestling fan, I watched nothing but YouTube content creators on that stuff rather than watching the products.
Right. Yeah.
It's probably the reason why I've jumped back into this because my pro wrestling fandom dwindled. It
Right.
won't hit in the spot no more, and this is open. This new door's open. I've got back into this, and I can share the two main hobbies side by side now, and yeah, it's just something to do, and I'm
Well,
getting
yeah.
used to it now.
Yeah. It's a way to, like you say, I don't know. to do something with the stuff that you've got. I don't know, just it's the same for me. It's like, what am I going to do with this stuff? Now I've ended up chatting to people, which is fine because I like chatting, and that was also one of the things. It's like, well, I'll chat about the stuff, but it, I don't know. It was never. I never knew it was going to be chatting to people. I was going to do what you do and chat about the stuff, if you like. But I've ended up more chatting to people than the stuff. But I like it, and I like having a place where we can come and all chat as and share our memories and of all this stuff. So I've enjoyed doing that. So
Yeah,
and that's
I've
it.
enjoyed watching other people like show off there. It started with when I got back into collecting YouTube. Does anyone have a collection? And it started off with a YouTube channel called JT Collects or
Okay, I
JT
don't know.
Reviews, I think it is. And he had a
Right.
little mini thing, and he reviews films. He's put a couple of videos on this week. He just intermittently has a bunch of videos that goes up and disappears and comes back again. He's all right. And
There you
then I
go.
discovered George Clark at Invincible Asia.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
around the time he put his big Jackie Chan collection. I went, oh bloody hell! And I watched
Mm,
his stuff. I follow his stuff. If you follow his channel, I've sent him a massive box full of spares a few months ago.
that's nice of you. Yeah.
I've just sent him a couple. I've just sent him another box that I've just
Brilliant.
got lying. So
Yeah.
he's happy with that. And I
That's nice
watched.
of you.
Then
Yeah.
I've discovered yourself. Like probably mentioned Caleb,
Yeah.
the Fanatical. There's other stuff, and it's just another. Like I say, I watch the pro wrestling side of things. There's some gaming stuff as well.
Mm,
Then there's
yeah.
this genre, and I've got my other stuff that's hidden in house somewhere. And I think it won't be just the YouTube channel. Won't be just Jackie Chan stuff or Hong Kong stuff. I'll even pull out another film that I'm a fan of. I've
Yeah.
got
Of
the
course.
idea
Why
of
not?
like Ricky
Mm,
Baker mentioned he met Neil Marshall just the other day,
that's
who
right. Yeah.
directed Dog Soldiers. That's one of my
Yes.
favourite films.
Yeah. I've never seen
And
it, but I asked him at the time. I said, "Who's that bloke you're chatting to?" Because I was there when he met him. I said,
right,
who's that bloke you're chatting to?" Because you got all excited. So I thought he's got to be someone if you've got excited. And he told me, "Yeah, it's Dog Soldiers bloke." So yeah.
that's an amazing film. That's one of the best British comedy horrors
Mm,
to be ever made. I've got the 4K from Second Sight. That's probably in my bedroom somewhere. That I want to feature some of that stuff as well. It won't be just
why not?
a
Yeah.
niche thing of this stuff. I've got me Marvel stuff. I'm a fan of Marvel films. Not recently. I think the quality's really. I think the
Oh yeah.
pandemic's really put a big spanner in works
Right.
for everything, and it's for me
Yeah.
that's like befuddled my fandom of this and other, and starting to
Yeah.
get back into things now, and starting to like get back in their stride with their films. So I want to intermittently put that stuff in. I like show off me Alien Blu Ray and talk about the Alien films. I want to go watch the next Alien film that comes out, and
That's it. Yeah. Why not? Right? It's just like you say, it's just a hobby, chatting about stuff. And if you have the inkling and you're enjoying it, then carry on doing it. But I can't let
yeah.
you go because you said something about video games. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean video games?
Oh,
What do
well,
you
with my
mean?
PlayStation, well, I don't have it anymore. I used to be an avid gamer, but again, I don't know what it is. The past few years with pandemic, there's a lot of things that have just really killed. I put a burner on me fandom with things, and I just like to. I don't keep my old stuff. I will cycle it on and get a new version of. I don't have my old PS1s no more. My PS2s. That's similar to how me Hong Kong fandom is like. My mum, well, you get
Mm,
a PS1.
yeah.
Luckily, then we could get chipped PS1s and PS2s, and
Yeah.
didn't have to spend a lot of money on games. When I knew someone down the street that would get copied games in a bunch of games for like 20 quid. Cheers, boom.
Yeah. That's
And then the
right.
PS3 came out and put a stop to that. You had to pay full price for games, and
Yeah. All right. Well. Okay. Maybe. But anyway. What, what was before? Was there anything before PS1?
Master System at Mega Drive.
Master System, Mega Drive, two Sega ones. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. So yeah. So there you go. So you've got all these passions, and what you said there about not having a PC no more and just relying on your phone. Well, phones these days will have a better camera than a built-in whatever the built-in webcam on your laptop. So
Yeah.
the phone cameras are better. You know, you're on here now chatting to me. You need an internet connection. You've got that, and look, it's fine. I've watched both your vids. They look brilliant. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them, and it's just about doing stuff. Sometimes I get a little bit. I can't help it because obviously I try and do the best that I can with stuff, but I get caught up in trying to make things as good as I can and trying to get what's in here there, and it means that not much goes out, you know, because I'm putting so much effort into it and putting so much time into it. It would be better if I dash. I mean, I've probably got chats like this. I must have maybe a backlog of maybe 10 of them or something like that. But I could just throw them out and go bang, bosh, done. Like this, I could just throw it out. I'm not going to, but I'm saying I could. And that would get stuff out quicker and whatever, but I just can't do it. So what you're
Yeah.
doing, just doing stuff is good. The other things will come in time, of course. And if there's any way, I'm not saying I can help, but if there's any help I can give you, then obviously I would. So just shout and I'll help out wherever I can if needed. Obviously, I'm not saying
Not a
I
problem.
can
Thank
help.
you very much.
Yeah, but I'm offering if there is anything I could do. Obviously, I would do for you. No worries.
Not a
But I
problem.
love
I
it, mate.
appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Yorkshire puddings.
Pudding.
Yorkshire pudding collects. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a Z at the end, not an S.
Okay, yeah, well, you're like me. You make things difficult. Oh, it's called Ultimate Fight Clan. Yeah, but don't write the word ultimate because that won't come up. You know what I mean? So, but that's because no. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that story now. I never created that for this, and so it wasn't for that. So anyway, it just ended up being that. But brilliant to chat to you. Now, I also can't go without mentioning Skittles and Shaggy.
Oh,
Maybe
Shaggy.
I've got the second one, Shaggy as well. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, that's Shaggy there. That's not
That's
Skittles.
Shaggy
That's
there.
Shaggy,
He's
isn't it?
right there. I had to sneak in to come sit with us, and Skittles she's not there. I think she ran away.
Well, she'll be back when you put a kung fu on. We know that, right? She's always there when you open your new packages. Skittles is normally
Yeah,
there in the shots.
she's very
I
rare.
got
She's
that.
in house. She's an outdoor cat. That one. She
She,
don't really like being in here, but she likes to be outside. Ever since we've got her, so I only
right.
got her like in April, May. So Shaggy's brother Gizmo, he passed away last year in February, and then
Okay.
I adopted her back in April, late April, and he gets on with it, tolerates her. Don't
Yeah. Well, yeah.
until
That's
she jumps
that's
on his
it.
head. Until she jumps on his head, then he's got an issue with her. But
Yeah. Well, sorry to hear about Gizmo. That's I understand that stuff. That's very very difficult, but
yeah, he had cardiomyopathy. It were pretty quick as well when he went. He was 10-year-old and same age as Shags at the time, and that was his brother.
yeah.
I've got him
Okay.
tattooed
Well,
on my leg as well. I've got a memorial of him on my leg. That'll be on my Instagram at G Straits. That'll be. If you flick through, you'll see tattoo
love it, man.
him
Yeah.
on my leg, and Shaggy will go next to him when his time comes as well.
Well, yeah. Tattoos aside, these because I don't have tattoos, but the sentiments we have a lot in. Yeah, I see. Yeah, yeah, wicked. I
Covered.
see them. Yeah.
I've got my
Oh
other
yeah.
arm because I did.
Yeah.
My mate's a tattooist.
Okay. Yeah.
And I did a shop floor a couple of years ago when it opened, and the deal I fit her floor, and she does my arm, and well, she done that. She
Yeah.
covered my web up, and then she's got rest of my arm to do, which I've been
Right.
meaning to do for the past couple of years, which I've just not had time. But I think this Christmas will be time to get me sleeve finished.
Okay. Well, there you go. Look, I mean, the sentiments are the same. No, I love it that you love the cats, and I love it that you think so much of them because so there's a lot of things we've got in common there. I'm not
Yeah,
going to get into WWE or so for me it wasn't WWE, it was WWF because that would just be another thing, but that also
yeah,
had its era for me. Ric Flair, Roddy Piper, all those blokes,
yeah.
Sid Justice.
Just passed away.
Um, I saw, I did notice that.
Yeah,
Um,
just passed away the last couple of weeks ago, which is a bit bit of
yeah,
a shame.
Best Traps, Razor Ramon, all those blokes. They were Big Boss Man, all that stuff. That was when it
Yeah,
was good and had the characters and the
the
name. Now
golden
you
era.
put it,
It was called the golden era.
was it? Well, there you go. Yeah, look at it now, and they've all got normal names. They all just wear a pair of pants, and they're all called John Smith, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, you know, so it don't do. It hasn't got the same thing, you know. All these characters were wicked back in the days, but well, look, good luck with everything. Oh, Instagram, you're on there as well, right?
I am, yeah, at G Straight.
See, another that's got a Z in it as well, I think.
That's a nickname that got given to me because normally
Okay.
people call me G. And like I've got
Okay.
got a tattoo there called it's straight edge because I don't drink, don't smoke. And my mates thought it was funny, give me like a chavvy name, mix them up. I'm like, that's your name from now on. And it's been stuck for me for years. So that's what my name. That's what
Yeah.
my mates call me.
That's what you're known as, yeah. Well, look, it's no difference there. We have something else in common because no drinking or smoking either.
No, it don't work for me. Just don't
I
work for
think
me.
I've never, I wouldn't even know. Never tried it, so I wouldn't even know.
I did. I tried it as a kid.
Oh,
Out
yeah.
of curiosity, I tried and went, no, not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Well, there you go. Yeah. So there you go. More things in common, mate. Not just the kung fu. But brilliant, man. Yeah. Well, good luck with it. I'm there all the way supporting. So wicked, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much for having us. Nice chat, mate. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on, giving me your time. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. I've loved the chat. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Learning more about
absolutely. Yeah,
you.
anytime, mate. Anytime.
Nice. Yeah, well, I'd love it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you want to come back on and we can discuss some specifics, then I'd
Yeah,
happily do
when I
that.
saw your videos and you said, "Oh, you want to come on," I thought we were just going to discuss, pick a film and go through
Oh, okay. No, I need
discussing
to.
like you did with Grant. I thought that's how you did you just interviewed certain people. I thought in my mind at the time, oh, we'll just pick a film and we'll dissect it and go through collection.
Yeah. Well, obviously, which we can do, but Grant's my cousin, right? So I
Right.
know I grew up with Grant. I know Grant. I don't need to find it. I mean, you might need to find stuff out about him, but I don't need to. Whereas this, I want to learn about you and why you like the stuff, and well, I don't know. I just want to have a chat. There's no specifics here. It's just we'll have a chat
Yeah,
about your passion for this stuff. And now we've done that, we can obviously always do specifics or whatever, you know. So
yeah,
yeah,
not a problem, mate.
collaborate, innit, eh?
Yeah, that's it. Buzzing.
Yeah. And by the way, thanks very much because you sent me a question as well when I do a question show.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, I saw it. Yeah,
Appreciate that.
Paul again shared that. And I went, oh, I'll send this question across and support you as well.
Well, I appreciate it. And I remember I told you at the time you're the first one. So I appreciate that, Gareth. Thanks for
Not
doing
a
that because
problem.
I just want to, I don't know. It's just another idea and it's got to start somewhere. And I just went, well, maybe just ask and see if you get any questions
You
or
don't ask, you
whatever.
don't get. That's what my mum said. You
Yeah,
don't ask,
that's
you
it.
don't bloody get.
That's it. Well, I tried it. Well, I've got a few. So yeah, I've probably got enough to do a little show, a question show now, and we can do that as well
Nice
together.
one.
So yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thanks for all your support and everything. Good
You're
luck with the
welcome.
channel and everything in life. So nice one, Gareth.
Thank you very
Brilliant,
much.
mate. No, thank you, and I'll speak to you soon. Yeah,
I will do. I'll speak to you again.
nice one. See you later, mate.
See you later. Thank you.
Ciao, man.
Cheers, back.
How about a kiss, Quan?
Yeah.
Brilliant.